State Government by Juan and Angelina. The state government powers are split in two powers, which are delegate and reserve. Delegate powers include conducting foreign policy, priority money, maintaining a post office, and defending the country. Reserve powers include health, safety, and welfare. Powers that are shared between the states and federal government are called concurrent powers, such as taxation. One important concurrent power is making and enforcing laws. Every state has its own constitution, which includes a preamble, Bill of Rights, outline of state government, provision for elections and state affairs, and methods for attending the Constitution. Our federal system divides powers between state and national government. In the Constitution, there is a rule known as full faith and credit, which means that each state will accept the decisions of civil courts. Examples of this would be marriage certificates, wills, or contracts. The states work with federal government too. They work together to give money to social services, highways, unemployment, and things like that. Section 2. Every state has a state legislature. The citizens elect state lawmakers called legislators to pass laws. States legislators are divided into two houses, which is known as bicameral legislature. The larger house is called House of Representatives. The smaller house is known as the Senate. Most states require members of the state legislature to be U.S. citizens. The Reno versus Sims case, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that state election districts must be equal in population or as equal as possible. State legislators make a lot of money. In New York, the highest paid legislator makes $79,500 plus $138 a day for expenses. Each state determines when its legislature meets, which is usually every 2 weeks. Sessions can last up to 30 days to 6 months. These sessions allow legislators to gather and debate on bills. The process of a bill is it is introduced, sent to the committee, bill reaches the floor, and the bill is sent to the second house. The bill is then sent to a joint conference and then sent to the governor. Citizens participate in lawmaking. Legislators welcome input from the citizens, which is called constituents. The constituents help make laws. The meeting of state legislators are open to all citizens. Citizens are able to initiate new legislation through initiative. The method of referring potential laws directly to the people for approval, which is called a referendum. Some states also allow voters to remove elected officials from office, which is known as recall.
The state executive branch carries out the laws made by the state. The governor is the one in charge of this branch. He also has certain justification that he must meet to be able to become a governor. For example, one of the main qualifications is that he must be a U.S. citizen and must be at least 30 years old, although some states allow 18-year-olds to do so. The governor stays for 2 to 4 terms, and they reside in the official residence. The powers and duties of the governor are basically 3 main roles. He is the chief executive of the state. He is also expected to faithfully execute the state laws and politically party leader. The governor is the highest ranking official in state level, and he has the power to make appointments and to supervise state employees. The state has other officials that work along with the governor. The lieutenant governor's duty is to take over the actual governor if he is unable to fulfill his duties. The lieutenant governor is possibly from a different party than the actual governor. The state treasurer handles all state funds and supervises the collection of taxes. Now the states also have courts, which are state courts, and as citizens we are subject to 2 levels of law and 2 sets of judicial systems. Every state is free to create its own court system to meet the state's needs, and also they are free to how they appoint their judges. Each state appoints its own penal code. which is a set of criminal laws, and they also appoint criminal cases, which are for people who broke the penal code. Many state courts also hear civil law cases, such as disputes over land or money or etc. The state courts are structured in three levels: the general trial courts, appeals courts, and the state supreme court. Usually the trial courts hear major civil and criminal court cases and deal with money issues less than $5,000. The appeal court is usually used to handle cases from the trial courts in which the person must appeal a request, and the request is usually that in the first trial their rights are violated. In the state supreme court, they only hear major state issues, and their decisions are final.